Hello, welcome back to Moonlit Path Tarot. So today we'll just do a quick check-in, see where we're at with your energy and see what's up for, we'll go the next 3 months. Spirit, for the collective, please tell me a little bit about their current energy. What are they going through? What do we need to know? Okay. Okay, so Divine Masculine, 2 of them. Well, King and a Knight. So it looks like you might get an unexpected message or an invitation or invite. I think I just said that to something, but this also is like a Prince Charming card. So you might have recently met somebody. Let's see. Tell me a little bit more about the collective's current situation. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, this is awesome. Okay, so Queen of Cups and King of Pentacles. So this is the Divine Feminine and the Divine Masculine. And this is somebody who's very wealthy, somebody who could have a dog, somebody who has money, is warm, loving, kind, generous, has patience, right? He is emotionally vulnerable and emotionally intelligent. She has deep, deep empathy, and he's just this warm, loving, kind, generous energy. So you may have met your counterpart recently. Bottom of the deck, 8 of Pentacles, something that you were working very hard on or taking yourself from a student to a master on. This is like honing your skill, honing your craft. So I'm also seeing this as you working very hard on maybe finding a balance between your emotions, balancing the Divine Feminine with the Divine Masculine. Tell me a little bit more about the collective's current situation. One more, please. One more about the collective and their current situation. That's 3 cards. I don't want 3, just one. Just one, please. Just one. Thank you. Oh, 9 of Cups at the bottom of the deck. Okay. So it looks like for your current energy, this is somebody who's very confident, somebody who's a leader, somebody who's great in aspects of business. And then this is somebody who feels abandoned or left out in the cold. So I want to get a little bit more about that. But on the bottom of the deck, you have 9 of Cups, which is like emotional fulfillment. It's like wishes granted. So tell me about the 5 of Pentacles and the collective's current energy. Okay. So the High Priestess is, bottom of the deck, 7 of Swords. The High Priestess is somebody who has very strong intuition, somebody who can see through the BS, right? Somebody who has knowledge of the occult or hidden practices, can also be like a light worker of some kind. So it looks like in your current energy, the King of Wands is also somebody who can be arrogant and egotistical, right? And I don't know, I like him for business. I don't like him for like love readings, right? Because that tends to be somebody who thinks they're right all the time, even when they're not. But it's not a negative energy, but it is also like somebody who's passionate and fiery, right? So somebody you could have had sexual chemistry with, or I'm just kind of seeing this as you being able to see through people's bullshit at this point. He can be arrogant and egotistical. 7 of Swords, which is all about intention, right? So it all depends on what the intention is. And then the 5 of Pentacles, which is like the abandonment and feeling left out in the cold. So it looks like in your current energy, you've figured it out, right? You've figured it out with this Divine Feminine and this Divine Masculine. And this also means investing in yourself. So if this isn't a person that you met, I'm getting that you must have done a lot of work, because 8 of Pentacles was on the bottom of the deck. So it looks like you could have done a lot of work in balancing yourself and like getting a read on people. You know what I mean? So like if somebody who is arrogant and egotistical and has this like, I could abandon you at any moment, right? You're able to see their intention with your intuition. You don't need proof. You don't need any of that. You're like, once I suspect something's off with you, bye, you're done, you're gone, right? This isn't something that you kind of sit in, right? So like maybe in the past, you would get screwed over or people would leave you or abandon you. But it looks like now in your current energy, you have the ability to have discernment, right? And see through people and their BS, if that makes sense. So I actually really like this. So tell me a little bit more about the collective's current energy, Spirit. Ooh, okay, cool. Bottom of the deck, Judgment. Okay. Okay, cool. So it looks like this is all about, this is my Immovable Mountains card, right? Having boundaries and sticking to them, the 7 of Wands. It's also like not letting the outside influences or opinions of other people affect you or your inner peace. And because you've had such strong boundaries, because you've done so much work in balancing your feminine with your masculine, investing in yourself, right? You are attracting somebody, or I don't want to say somebody, because it could be a person, it could just be a new like opportunity or a new way of living your life, if that makes sense. But because you've done this and because you've worked so hard to be this person who can just kind of read people and see what's going on before they even really open their mouth, you're going to get some reason to celebrate, or it's going to be a cause for celebration. And then Judgment is at the bottom of the deck, which is like transcendence, but it's like being honest with yourself about how or why things happened. And it's also like the universe, seeing all the work that you've put in, right? Like it's judgment, like the spirit world, which is like knowledge of the occult, hidden practices, like your angels, your ancestors, your spirit guides, God, the universe. They are seeing this work that you're putting in. So tell me about this work that the collective has put in. What will it lead to an outcome for in the next 3 months? Tell me a little bit about the collective's next 3 months. Please and thank you. Tell me about the collective's next 3 months. Ooh, that's kind of a lot. No, that's too many. That's like 4. I don't want to get too many messages. Tell me just a little bit about the collective's next 3 months. Okay. King of Swords. Cool. What else? Ooh, Judgment again. Wow. Okay, cool. So, and the Sun, which is awesome. So, okay, again, like I just said, confirmation. The universe has seen this hard work that you've put in to become this like person who has this ability to read people and to not need proof before you see what's going on in a situation. The universe has taken notice of that, right? And because of that, you get the King of Swords and the Sun, which is somebody who's very logical, somebody who, it's not someone who's very emotional like him, but this is somebody who is like a leader, a ruler, and it's not somebody who's going to go back and forth with you, right? Him and the Queen of Swords will use their sword of truth to cut you, the BS, anything that's not for their highest good, out of their life, right? And because of that, because you're willing to do that, and because you've gained so much perspective and how to like not put yourself in situations that you've been in the past, you're going to be rewarded for that. Just like I said, the universe has taken notice, and it looks like you're going to get some kind of happiness, joy, abundance, success. This is like the happiest energy in the deck. So right now, bottom of the deck, you might be 4 of Pentacles, just in this, just kind of saving your money, right? Paying attention to yourself, not really worrying about what everybody else has got going on. So let's see, what else? Thank you. Oh, cool. Yeah. So it looks like I said, all this hard work that you've been doing, maybe you're like learning a skill or a craft, or you've been working on yourself, or you've been working on something specific that's like, I don't know, your soul's purpose, or something that you can make a lot of money on. But either way, it just tells me that you're working very hard on planning for your future. Because 3 of Wands is about union that's on the horizon, that's coming soon, right? So this hard work that you've put into yourself and becoming this person who is like a psychic, almost like that's what the High Priestess is. She's a psychic, right? She has such good intuition that she has psychic abilities. So because you've like worked hard to develop this skill and this craft, it looks like you are planning ahead and looking ahead to the future. So what can the outcome be? Hold on, let's see. We'll go past 3 months. So for this planning of the future that the collective is doing, what can they expect for an outcome? What can they expect for an outcome with this planning for the future that they're doing? Tell me what the collective can expect for an outcome. Oh, this might be too many. No, that's like 4 cards. Please just give me 2. What can the collective expect for an outcome? Awesome. Okay, cool. Again, 4 of Pentacles. So you are stacking up, you're saving your money, and for an outcome, you're going to be abundant. You're going to have money. You're going to be able to harvest the seeds that you've planted and walk away from anybody who tries to stab you in the back, betray you. And this also tells me that challenging times are coming to an end. So let's get a couple more about the collective's future. Okay, cool. Whatever you had been going through, Libra and air signs, so Libra, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, whatever it is that you've been going through or working very hard on, you're getting justice. You might have felt some form of anxiety or fear or worry about planning for the future, but you don't have to worry about that. The universe has seen the hard work that you've put in, and you're going to get justice. So this feeling of anxiety, of worry, of lack is coming to an end. Bottom of the deck, Knight of Pentacles, slow and steady progress. It's not coming like this second or tomorrow, but consistency, right? Consistency is the key to success. So as long as you're consistent about whatever it is that you're working on, expect to expand, expect to build, expect to grow. So this looks really good for you. I do really like this. Let me get a couple more for the collective's outcome. Let's go the next 6 well, stretch it out to the next 6 months. Tell me about the next 6 months for the collective, please. Please tell, ooh, bottom of the deck. Wishes, wish fulfillment, hope, faith, renewal after some kind of tower. Tell me a little bit more. Thank you. Okay, perfect. So yeah, like I said, you might be in for the next 6 months. It looks like you're learning, right? You're learning about whatever you were trying to balance for the past. So this is Scorpio, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. So this really just talks about things coming to an end so something new can begin. So things came to an end in the past, right? You've developed this psychic ability to see through people and their BS, and now you're in the process of learning something new, whatever that is. This is like a messenger card also. So it could be somebody that you're going to meet, but it also just could be Queen of Wands, that you're just developing your confidence, right? You're developing the skill that you've acquired for things you've had to go through in the past. This is somebody who's confident, joyous, loving, somebody who likes to share the joy with other people, right? So it looks like you're becoming this person, right? You're taking yourself to the Queen of Wands. You've already got the Queen of water, the Queen of Cups, you got the Queen of Wands, you got the Balance, you got the Divine Feminine, and the Divine Masculine. Tell me a little bit more. We'll get a couple more, and then we'll close this out. Okay, cool. Wow, Divine Masculine on the bottom of the deck and the Magician underneath that. So it looks like you could either be manifesting your person, your Divine Masculine, your counterpart, or this could just be you manifesting being in full control of your own life. Because this is somebody who is the ruler. He's in control, right? He's the leader. And it's upright. So this is a good thing. So what you can expect with an outcome for the next 6 months is good news, right? Because this card I fucking hate. Well, I don't hate, but I don't love it. This is like my struggle bus card. This is like people like trying to claw their way up from the bottom and pulling other people down while they're doing it. It also talks about rivalry that can turn ugly pretty fucking quick. So it looks like this is somebody who's hopeful, right? This is somebody who is like naive, but in a good way. Somebody who's youthful and optimistic. So it looks like what you can expect in the next even 6 months is this struggle coming to an end. Because you've already got death and rebirth, things coming to an end so something new can begin, right? And if you were talking about something new beginning, the Page of Cups is the perfect card for that because he is very hopeful. He is very optimistic. He's very youthful in the way he thinks, right? This is like a when pigs fly energy, but not in a negative way. It's like I'm sure like, you know, even if I couldn't do it that way, I could figure out a way to make pigs fly safely, right? Like, not that you would need to do that, but like you could if you wanted to. So that's my point, right? This struggle, this rivalry, this competition, you're not even paying attention to it. If this is like other people around you or this is going on around you, you're not paying attention to that. You're in your own head. You're daydreaming about the future, what you want, what you're manifesting with this Magician card. And then expect for an outcome, harmony, balance, duality. This is patience too. So the way you got the slow and steady progress also talks about patience and having patience, but it also talks about the joining of two souls, the yin to the yang, the divine feminine, the divine masculine, right? So if this is like you developing some sense of people who mean to do you harm and now you can just kind of see through the BS, you're just kind of done with it all, right? So you're moving ahead to the future. You are planning ahead to the future. You've put in so much work. The universe sees that. And you're staying hopeful. You're staying optimistic. You're staying youthful. This also can be a new relationship. So you might be in a new relationship with your yin to the yang energy, right? Your divine counterpart, your soul partner. So this could be a lot of things. This could be you meeting the person you're supposed to be with. This could be like you just kind of developing your sense of self, right? In a way that helps you get further in life. So I think this is a really good place to leave this. So what we'll do now is I will go ahead and I will post some initials and some numbers. And if you get both or one, great. And if you get neither, that's okay, because this is just extra confirmation. All right, so let's see. For the collective, what are the numbers we have, Spirit? 1, 1, 3, 9, 70. Okay, so you could be 31, you could be 39 in your 70s, January, Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces, and Aries, Virgo, and Libra, and then the number 70 could be significant, or the 11th, 11, 1, 1, right? Twin flame cards, twin flame energy, divine counterpart energy, right? So the 11th, the 3rd, the 9th, or the 70, number 70 could be significant. All right, so for the initials we have C, another C. Your name could be Cece, N, Z, E, V, R, T, F, U. I didn't mean to like F you, no. Literally with this high priestess, F you and your BS, I can see right through you. R. That was funny. Okay, we'll do a couple, well, whoa, I didn't mean to do that many, but sure. We'll do a couple more than a couple. B, A, S, W, 2 M's, K, L, another F, Y, I, J, another I, O, and another V. Okay, so that's where we'll leave this. So we have 2 C's, N, Z, T, R, K, E, 2 V's, 2 R's. So here we go, we'll do this. 2 R's, okay. Okay, let's try this again. Okay, so we have 2 C's, E, B, 2 I's, A, 2 V's, N, Z, 2 R's, S, J, O, W, 2 F's, T, K, U, 2 M, Y, L. All right, collective, that is where I will leave this reading for you. Feel free to check back for the next one. And as always, as above, so below, as within, so without, as the universe, so the soul.